Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're playing Meet Your Maker, and I had one of my bases go mastered. Actually, I had two bases go mastered last night. But we're going to look at this one here that I've got highlighted. Deseret, I guess I'm pronouncing that. I'm probably butchering that name. This was just one of its right here where my mouse is. It had 43 deaths in it towards the end of its time. And I am looking at it for the first time since it went mastered. But this was a farm base. It was a base that I created so people could just go and get free tokens. And we're going to go into the base and I'm going to explain it to you in a second. But let's first look at its stats. So I got 52 fun, 4 brutal, 53 ingenious, and 27 artistics. Now, these farm bases, if you know what you got in front of you, then you know that you're just there to get free tokens. So it says farm right here on the board. Let's just double click on it. Actually go to build it. It's been a while since I've played the game. I just started playing it again after a few weeks, just because I took a break to go play Diablo 4 for a while. So here we are. It is level 10. As we can see, fully mastered, and so you can see farm there. So what I did up here, let's first explain how the mechanics of what I call Vector 0 works. So Vector 0 is right here in this hole. And what this is, it's you got to count the blocks. So here's one block. Well, let's actually start up here. That's one block there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it's 11 to the bedrock. So you're gonna see that when you start here, you've got this bedrock. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, but on the 12th one is where Vector 0 is. So right there's 12, and it's 1 square lower than the bedrock. So if your bedrock is here, it's one square lower on that 12th block. So I just made a ramp that came up, and then you go back down. So I did it so that things would just fall here in this hole, and they'd collect them. So the reason why I just spent all that time explaining Vector 0 on the map is if something is destroyed on your game or in the map or during the Outpost experience that's not initiated by the player, the game system says, well, the game destroyed it, so let's just send that to Vector 0. So what I ended up doing here was creating a platform up here that had auto-destruct traps that just destroyed themselves on their own. And what initiates the whole sequence is this one mob with Deadman Switch falling through this cube. When he explodes there, he then explodes these traps here, which are on self-destruct, and then the sequence just destroys everything on this platform. And then every part, every synthite, everything that you would gain by destroying those yourself just pile up at Vector 0. They just appear there. So the person will load into the map, and they'll see the explosions happening up there. And if they just walk up here, they will just see that the items just get created there. This is what I call the free farm. You know, people just can collect them. And then what people did, as you can see, they're all dead in this cube. They then walk into the cube and die, and then do it again. Just run down here, collect them again, go in the cube and die, collect them again, go in the cube and die. Now what happens is after your 5th death, you get diminishing returns. So you just stop doing it after 5 deaths. You either at that point can just go outside and get the Genmat, which in these farm bases that I created, I just put wherever the Genmat might be. Okay, it's over here. And you can see here with the Genmat, it's open and anybody can take it. There's nothing here to kill you. And I put this no here because honestly, you should never get the Genmat. you should just leave. You should just leave the outpost, abandon the outpost, and then come back in anytime you need coins. So if you never grab the Genmat and finish the map, it will remain in your list forever. And then you can just come here anytime and get free tokens. Because the diminishing returns don't carry over to another instance. Once you load into the outpost, you get another 5 whacks at it until you get diminishing returns. So you could come in here 1,000 times a day if you wanted, and die 5 times each and get maximum rewards. And what I also did here was I marked where all the tombs were so people could, in all my farm bases I do that, I mark where all the tombs are so that they can get the tombs. So if they just come in and grab the Vector Zero stuff, get all the tombs, grab the Genmite and leave, they're still getting a bunch of free stuff. But mostly with these farm bases is you want to at least do 5 deaths. I mean, I believe that would be your maximum rewards, and then decide if you want to finish the map or not. But that's it. This went in the mastered. This was that in a nutshell. It's just the way the game works, and this is how this base worked. And I think, as you can see, I had a lot of people that said it was fun. All right, well, thank you for joining me, and this has been the Tarkus Zone.